Modern gaming. If there's one thing that tickles my balls more than Silksong not releasing, it's modern gaming. Look at all that gaming, so modern. If you're new here, my name is Primacon and I'm a huge admirer of modern gaming. I just like it so much. If you don't know, lately I've been trying to get into a franchise that's a pretty big and popular franchise. Goes by the name of Silent Hill. Shh. You see, in 2016, Capcom did magic and made this masterpiece of a game called Resident Evil 7.
Oh no.
That was my patient zero, my first contact, my first whiff of the good wawa that pulled me into this world of survival horror video games. And it became my favorite video game genre of all time. As big of a Resident Evil fan I am, there's always been one franchise that's gone toe-to-toe, band for band with this series called Silent Hill. It has its own cult following, and Silent Hill 2 Remake came out that I bought day one because I was so excited to play it. And then guess what? Just like every other gamer in the world, I never touched a video game that I just bought. And it just sat there, rotting away in my backlogs. But I follow a lot of gaming channels on YouTube, and one thing I could hear from everybody, was the piss-poor performance of this game on PC.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
And I thought, you know what, maybe it's for the better I didn't touch it for a year. Maybe now that the year has passed, the devs must have patched this game and fixed it all up for suckers like me to enjoy it, because I have come to accept that game's launch broken on day one. That's just the day and age we live in. What do you expect, a game to launch and function right out of the gate? You fucking entitled piece of shit. You better shut up, buy 3 more of our battle passes and know your place. Either way, I downloaded the game and I'm just gonna say it outright, it was miserable. The whole experience was the most miserable experience I've had playing a video game ever. Which is so sad because Silent Hill 2 turned out to be such a banger game. As a game itself, not talking about the performance or the state of the PC port, it is there as one of my favorite games of all time now. It's up there with the best Resident Evil games. I love how different it is from the Resident Evil vibes. I love the horror element of psychological horror being more in the spotlight. For some reason, people really hate the combat in this game. I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, I played this campaign pretty slowly because I was taking my time just looking around Silent Hill, and it took me like a solid 15 hours to beat the campaign, and I didn't get bored of combat even for a second. But my actual save file has 20 hours of playtime because 5 hours of those were spent on me trying to figure out how to run this stupid game without it fucking crashing, stuttering, or just looking like a jumbled mess. And let me shut down the fanboys right now, alright? Put your thumb back in your ass and shut up. I don't give a shit if it's an Unreal Engine 5 issue. I don't give a shit if it's a developer issue. I don't give a shit if all you need to do, bro, is download the Ray Reconstruction Engine API file and replace it in your game folder, then download these 10 mods to make the run game better. It's funny because after I beat the game, I went to see Jacksepticeye's Let's Play of it because I've been meaning to. I was just saving it before I can beat the game myself. And in the last episode, he actually has to download mods because when you reach the final location of the game, it just becomes unplayable.
I had to figure something out about that. I downloaded a mod that is apparently supposed to help with the stuttering. And it did, but it turns off some effects to do it, so it might look a little different, but hey, at least we're able to fucking play it, right?
And I tried everything under the sun to make it run well. Lowering my setting, turning off ray tracing, which make the game looks like ass because it's designed with ray tracing in mind. No one pays money to get a good computer only to turn down settings to run their game better. Correction, to run their game in a playable state. The denoiser on the ray tracing is so garbage. Half the time I was like, is it just my game that the shadows and all look so fuzzy and weird? And then I look at Let's Players and I was like, nope, not just my game. That's just how the game looks. Apparently the devs thought that that was an acceptable thing to ship out. Why not? You're supposed to type in a few lines of code in the engine API file to enable ray reconstruction, which is also not a super good fix because if you lower your shadow settings, then it also becomes very noisy. There's traversal stutter everywhere, literally everywhere. It takes you out of the immersion because it's not like a fucking, I don't know, farming simulator that it doesn't, like you're in a survival horror situation. You want to be immersed, spooked, scared, but all of that goes out the window when James is like fucking stuttering all over the place, trying to fucking go from one point to another. It was the most frustratingly beautiful game I have ever played in my life, and I wanted to rant about it because this is just the norm now in terms of modern gaming. It's just to expect, and if you raise your voice against it, you get multi-billion-dollar corporation fanboys with their pitchforks ready to defend them. And this is where I'll keep sucking Capcom's dick about Resident Evil. No one does it better than Resident Evil. I have a full Let's Play of RE8 on my channel, and I made that Let's Play on a potato PC. If you go back and watch the first episode, the very first episode where I played the demo of the game, I get so happy at how smooth that game ran.
Guys, I have a good news. I am recording and the game is running smoothly.
And Capcom, they have a deal with AMD or whatever, so they don't even do DLSS. There's no DLSS in Resident Evil games. And I hate AMD FSR, so I never turned that shit on. So I just played on native. And it runs beautiful. It ran beautiful on my potato laptop, good enough that it was running at 100 FPS and let me make a Let's Play on top of that. And that game is gorgeous, and I was running that bitch at like super high settings. And that trend has continued on. Every remake, every original game, and I have full confidence that Resident Evil 9 is gonna follow suit with that trend as well. It's so sad, man. Like, I have a good computer, and when a game comes out, I'm like, I just want to buy it on my PS5 because yes, the visual fidelity would be a little lower, but at least I know the fucking game will run smooth and not damage the whole gaming experience. I'm sure a lot of you have similar gripes with modern gaming. If you want to get a discussion going in the comments, go for it. Games releasing in broken state, false promises, increasing game prices. At this point, the better reason to own a PC for gaming is to try out all these amazing indie games that don't have a platform on consoles, especially on platforms like itch.io. You get to play so many unique and creative games than these PC port slops that these companies produce these days. I am so scared for Silent Hill F that's coming out in August. Is it August? I think so. I really want to play that game now that I'm into Silent Hill series, and I know that they are remaking Silent Hill 1 as well. I have absolutely zero faith in these developers to make it run well on a PC. But hey, maybe I'll be proven wrong. Who knows? That's it for my yap today. Primacon signing out.